Hey guys, it's Comic Quiz here bringing the comic review, and today we're doing Action Comics Superman issue 23.2, and this is focusing solely on Zod. So this is Zod issue 1 of Action Comics. So yeah, let's get into it. And this issue mainly is an origin story, focusing on how Zod went from being this respected general that he was on Krypton, how everybody viewed him in such high esteem, from him going from that to being the criminal that we all know him today. So yeah, so this issue starts off with him being a child. We find out that here he comes from a family of scientists, which to be honest we should expect this because it's pretty common on Krypton. Any character that we focus solely on is usually from a family of scientists. So yeah, his family are scientists, and they're actually exploring the uninhabited areas of Krypton, which are full of all these exotic but vicious animals. And the reason why they're there is because Krypton's population is growing rapidly, and so they want to find ways how they can work around these animals and try and expand the uninhabited territory. But something goes wrong, and Zod's parents get killed by these animals. So Zod's left by himself for a whole year to fend for himself, and he survives until Jor-El and Zor-El, who's his older brother in this universe. If you knew that, just let me know in the comments down below. I didn't know this, but yeah, they receive a distress signal because they were on a little expedition of their own for Jor-El's science project. So they receive the distress signal, so they go to check it out, and they find Zod there fending off these animals. So after they rescue him, there's a time skip to like 15 years in the future, where Zod, he's a military colonel now. He's a strong warrior, but also he's not very respected because of his past, because of the fact that he was raised, well, he spent a whole year in the jungle. People, we find out they use it as a joke, and especially it's not helped by the fact that he is obsessed with Krypton's warrior past. How, because before Krypton used to be like a warrior race before they were a scientific race. So he's very obsessed with the Kryptonian past of being fighters, and also is obsessed with Kryptonian's former enemy, the Shah, or the Char, how you want to pronounce it. But everybody criticizes him, saying that why are you so obsessed with these people when we don't fight them anymore, we're at peace now. But Zod, he's not convinced, saying that we should be prepared at all times. So then we find out more about him and his relationship with Jor-El and Zor-El. They're all friends now, they all respect each other. Even though they may get some criticisms from other people, they all respect their own beliefs, their views, and they're becoming really good friends. But a few days later, we find out that the Char have attacked Krypton again. So Zod, who has also by this point in time become a general, and he's picked lieutenants Non and Ursa. Oh, sorry, it's Non and Feora actually. Kind of going with the whole what happened in the movie, so with it being Feora instead of Ursa. But yeah, it's Ursa here, and he's picked his lieutenants, and basically with the Char invasion, supposedly, Feora and Non, they engage the Shah, they fight them, and they kill these guys, the ones that have invaded so far. And because Zod has seemingly, because of his charisma, he's able to rally the people of Krypton, saying he will make them strong, he will bring out the warrior race, and they will defeat the Shah. So everybody's like, yeah, getting behind Zod, getting behind him. And so because of this seemingly this act of war, Krypton goes back into war with the Shah, and so Krypton commit like a lot of atrocities because they go to the Shah home planet and actually bomb it, killing thousands upon thousands, and the Shah seemingly don't even know what's happening. They're not even fighting back. But then we find out towards the end of the issue that this was all set up by Zod himself. That the Shah that were found were actually created on Krypton. They were genetic hybrids. So we found this was set up all by Zod just for Krypton to get back into war with the Shah. So basically Krypton entered into a meaningless war and committed genocide practically. So Jor-El finds this out. We also get this a little bit more backstory as this is happening about Jor-El and Zor-El aren't on good terms now, because at this point in time of the story, Kando's been taken by Brainiac, and apparently because of this, yeah, well, so, yeah, I think I mentioned this, yeah, Jor-El and Zod are not on good terms, and also apparently because of Zod's intervention, Jor-El was kept out of sedition camps. I don't know, maybe some kind of autocratic system was happening in Krypton or something like that. But yeah, that was all mentioned as Zod. Jor-El was about to bring Zor-El. I'm getting so confused. As Jor-El was about to bring Zod down for his crimes, and because he had already informed the authorities beforehand, Zod gets captured. He, Feora, and Non, they're prosecuted and they're sentenced to the Phantom Zone. So then, after they're sentenced to the Phantom Zone, we also find out what happened, how Zod's parents died, and in fact, his mother was left behind by his father because one of those animals had caught up with her, so they had to leave her, and Zod's father was like, we have to keep going. And then we find out that Zod actually not killed his father, he actually blinded his father in one of his eyes so he could get away, and that's how his father died. Then we find out that this was building up in him, all this primal, all these this fighting spirit, all this signs of treachery and betrayal in Zod had been fostering since he was a child. He even has like a lot of internal monologues throughout the issue, going about how he likes the monsters, how he will make Krypton great because he believes that his warrior spirit can be transferred onto the others to make Krypton great, despite if they agree with it or not. His actions will make Krypton a powerful race. So he says this throughout the whole issue, which was quite interesting. And then we find out at the end, while he's in the Phantom Zone, he and his followers are actually looking at an image of Superman, and it implies that he will probably be making an appearance in the New 52 pretty soon, and that's where the issue ends. So overall, I really enjoyed this issue, to be honest. I liked seeing Zod for the first time. For me personally, I'm not sure if they've showed him in other issues or whatever in the New 52, but this was a good issue, a good backstory to find out about the kind of person Zod is. What's his drive, his motivation, why is he the way he is. Also his relationship with Zor-El and Jor-El, how they were all good friends, but apparently they had a falling out because of different ideologies and things like that, their methods of how to make Krypton great, and just the contrast between Jor-El and Zor-El, how Jor-El represents what Krypton is now, a race of scientists, and Zod represents what Krypton used to be and what they could have been, which is a race of warriors. And yeah, just two contrasts battling with each other. It was interesting to see. So yeah, overall, I'll give it a 7.5. I enjoyed the issue. It was actually really entertaining and enjoyable to read, and also the artwork was actually really good for this issue. It was quite sketchy, but I enjoyed it personally. And yeah, that's it for this review. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what you thought of this issue. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What did you think overall? And are you enjoying this from the whole Forever Evil story arc with all the villains taking over the heroes' issues? So yeah, apparently we've got like 2 more issues for Action Comics before we get back to regular Superman stuff. So also don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel and share with your friends so we can get a conversation going. So yeah, that's been Comic Quiz, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.